1607, a group of English colonists from the Virginia Company of London, England, established the first permanent European settlement in the New World in Jamestown, Virginia. This settlement was the first attempt by the English to establish a colony in the New World, and it would set a precedent for future exploration, colonization, and settlement in the Americas. The voyage to Jamestown was led by Captain John Smith, and the group of settlers arrived on the shores of Virginia in May of 1607. The settlers were met with hostility by the local Native Americans, who were angered by the encroachment of the Europeans on their land. The settlers were also ill-prepared for the arrival, having no knowledge of how to survive in the American wilderness. The settlers were also unprepared to face the harsh conditions of the New World. They had few supplies, no shelter, and no weapons to protect themselves from the hostile Native Americans. Despite these hardships, the settlers managed to survive and build a small fort for protection. The fort was named Jamestown, after the reigning English monarch, King James I. The early years in Jamestown were difficult for the colony. The settlers found it hard to survive in their new environment, and many died from disease, lack of food, and from attacks by the Native Americans. The colony was saved from the brink of destruction in 1609 when new supplies and settlers arrived from England. The settlers soon began to develop a successful economy and lifestyle in Jamestown. They began trading with the Native Americans, gaining access to much-needed food, resources, and knowledge of the land. The settlers also began to build a successful system of government in Jamestown, which greatly improved the lives of the colonists. The success of Jamestown was a major turning point in the history of the Americas. It marked the beginning of European colonization in the New World and set a precedent for future exploration and settlement. It also provided a valuable insight into the lives of the natives in the New World and gave us an understanding of the early interactions between Europeans and Native Americans. Jamestown was the beginning of many successful stories in the New World. The English settlers persevered through disease, food shortages, and hostile environment to create a successful community. This settlement became the foundation of the American dream, where hard work and determination would bring people to a new level of prosperity and success. The legacy of Jamestown still stands today, inspiring generations of people to pursue their dreams, regardless of how daunting the challenge may seem.